Hey guys, my name is Tejas and I am studying in Sri Venkateswara College of Engineering. Today let's discuss about simple class roster in Java. Simple class roster in Java. A simple class roster in Java is a basic program that helps manage a list of students and their associated information, such as names, IDs, and grades. It is typically used to demonstrate fundamental programming concepts like object oriented programming, OOP, data structures, and basic input output in Java. Key features of simple class roster. Data representation. Each student is represented as an object of a student class. Attributes typically include name, string, the name of the student, ID, which is in the form of integer data type, a unique identifier of the student, grade, which is in the form of string, the student's grade. Roster management. A roster class is used to manage a collection of students. It provides methods to add students to the roster, display the list of students, optional, update or remove student details. Data storage. Use a data structure like ArrayList to store student objects dynamically. Developers use variables in Java to hold data, with all variables having a data type and a name. The data type determines the values that a variable can hold. Core operations. Add student. Allow, allow adding new students to the roster. Display roster. Print all students' details in a readable format. Enhancement, which is optional, include update, delete, or search functionality. Roster. Encapsulation is the principle of bundling data, fields, and methods that operate on that data within a single unit while restricting direct access to some of the object's component. Private fields. The student class and roster class use private access modifiers to protect their internal data. Public methods provide getters and setters to access and modify private fields in a controlled way. Modularity in a simple class roster. Modularity refers to dividing a program into smaller, manageable, and independent components that work together to achieve a goal. Separate classes for different responsibilities. Student class handles individual student data. Roster class manages a collection of students and provides functionality to roster operations. Main class combines the student and roster classes and demonstrates their usage. Error handling in a simple class roster. Error handling ensures that the program gracefully manages unexpected situations without crashing. Input validation. Ensure that data being added, for example, student name ID, is valid. Try catch blocks. Handle expectations such as invalid inputs or null references. Edge case handling. Handle scenarios like duplicate student IDs or empty rosters. In a simple class roster in Java, encapsulation secures the data by exposing only necessary details through controlled access. Modularity organizes the code into manageable components, improving readability and maintainability. Together, these principles make the program robust, efficient, and scalable. Error handling ensures the program runs smoothly by addressing edge cases and unexpected input effectively. Together, these principles, which is encapsulation, modularity, and error handling, the program robust, efficient, and import java.util.arraylist, import java.util.scanner, class student, private string name, private int id. It will private public student string name comma int id. This dot name is equal to name, this dot id is equal to id. Public string get name, it will get the name of the student. Return name, the name will be returned. Public int Get id. Int is used for the id will be in the integer format. So the get id will return the id. Public string to string. Return id plus id, name plus name. The name and the id will be returned. Class roster. Private array list student roster. Public class roster. This dot roster is equal to new array list. The new array list will be created here. Public void add student. The string name int id. The name and id of the student will be added. Student new student is equal to new student name comma id. Roster add new student. System.out.println. Student added plus new student. The new student name will be displayed here. Public void remove student. If you want to remove the student, int id for student roster. If student dot get id is equal to id. If the inputted id will be equal to id, then the roster dot remove student will help to remove the respective student. And the system dot out dot print and the output statement will be student removed plus the removed student. System dot out dot println student with id plus id not found. If the inputted out id will not found, then this statement will be executed. Student with id is not found. Public void display roster. This block will display the output statement. If roster dot is empty, system dot out dot println the roster is empty. If else, print class roster. For student roster, system dot out dot println student. The main class, the public class main, public static void main string arguments. Scanner is equal to new scanner system dot in. Here int choice do while will be used. System dot out dot println. These statements will be printed. Class roster menu, add student, remove student, display roster, exit. Switch choice. The first case will be enter student name. String name is equal to scanner dot next line. The student name will be entered. The next is enter student id. The id will be entered. The case 2 is enter student id to remove. To remove the student id with the id, the case 2 is used. While choice is not equal to 4, the scanner will be closed. Enter your choice. 1. Enter student name Alice. Enter student id 101. Enter your choice 1. Bob. Student id 102. Now let's display this input. Enter your choice 3. The the id 101 name Alice and Bob is displayed. Let's remove. Enter your choice 2. Enter student id to remove. We have to enter 102. The id is removed. Let's display choice 3. Exit 4. We exited. Conclusion. The simple class roster program in Java demonstrates fundamental object-oriented programming concepts such as class creation, encapsulation, and data manipulation. By allowing users to store, retrieve, and manage student information, it provides a practical example of how programming can be used to organize and process data efficiently. This project can be expanded with additional features such as searching, sorting, or integrating with a database of persistent storage. Additionally, implementing a graphical user interface or enhancing it with input validation would make the program more robust and user-friendly. Thank you.